Hello people, it's me, Courtney. I'm back again with another video. Now, what I've got here is, well, we're going to be looking into chapter 6 from my book, How to Survive in Babylon. And this is very much going to be about freedom. Freedom, freedom, and more freedom. Now, one way, or one of the ways to, be a free person in today's Babylon society is one has to free themselves of their burdens, right? Because many of us in today's society, we are carrying a lot of baggage, right? A lot of burdens on our shoulders that are very much hindering us from setting ourselves free. Free of the Babylonian chains, free of the Babylonian stress, and free and the very much free ourselves of trauma. We got to lighten the load of burdens that we carry so we can live a life of complete freedom. You understand? And we're just going to very much look into a few ways of how we can free ourselves of burden so we can set oneself free. Now, here, let me just read just a little quick sentence here about how we can go about doing this. So let's explore ways to free ourselves from our burdens and solve our problems more effectively. So step 1, acknowledge that you have a problem. Now, that's the first thing you need to do, because many of us have a problem, right? And if you can't acknowledge that you have a problem, then that in itself is a problem, because you have an issue and you're not acknowledging that you have it. So it's not really going to work out for you. If you know that you have a problem, right, an issue, right, in your life or with yourself, you need to acknowledge it. Ignoring it's not going to solve the problem. Ignoring it is only going to make it get worse, because now you're going to have another problem that's going to go on top of that one, and then another problem that is going to pile on top, and you're going to have piles and piles of problems, right? And your life is going to be more complicated because you're not dealing with the problems. You're not acknowledging that you have one. You're in denial. So that's the first step. Acknowledge that you have a problem. Second step is talk about the problem. When you have a problem, right, you have to talk about it. Now, I know the problem may be very hard to talk about or discuss because it's painful. When you have a serious, deep-rooted problem in your life, it can be very painful talking about it. When you're now dealing with the reality of what your problem is. But you have to talk about it, because by not talking about it, it's going to build up inside of you and you're going to explode like a ticking time bomb. And that can be very explosive to the point where you can actually fall flat on your knees. And a possibility of may never getting up, because that was a very high build-up, right? And depending on the impact of that explosive problem, that's going to very much, it's going to very much determine how long it's going to take you to get off your knees, basically, right? In terms of the, what the impact of the problem is. So talk about it, okay? Step 3, assess how your problem has affected you. So when you have a problem, you need to assess how it's affected you, how it's affected your life, how it's affected you, your relationships with people. If you've got children, how has it affected your relationship with your children? How has it affected you? That's the question I ask. Assess how your problem has affected you. Just think about it, okay? Step 4, come up with a solution to tackle the issue. So, going through the problem solving of your own life, you need to come up with a solution to tackle the problem that you have. Because without a solution, the problem is very much never going to end. It's just going to keep going, and it's only going to take up a large portion of your life, and you're very much just going to be spending time trying to solve this problem because you haven't come up with a solution. So it is necessary to come up with a solution to tackle your problem. Okay, so just remember that one. Come up with a solution to tackle the issue. Okay. What else we got? And that's very much what I have to say about this very much part of the chapter. So let's just go over these steps again, right? Step 1, acknowledge that you have a problem. Step 2, talk about the problem. Okay. Step 3, assess how your problem has affected you. Step 4, come up with a solution to tackle the issue, right? So if you can follow through those 4 steps, that would help you very much deal with a lot of the burdens that you carry on your shoulders today. If you can just apply those 4 steps, trust me, your burden will become a lot more lighter. You can, think straight. Your mind can start to clear up, and it just means that you've got a lot more clarity to your life. And all this dark cloud that you've got over your eyes, you can't see properly. Your vision is blurry. Your mind's all boggled up. Your brain's not clear because you've got too much going on. So you've got to relieve yourself of these burdens by going through those 4 steps that I've just mentioned. And just try it out and let me know how you get on. Leave a comment under the video and let me know how that has worked out for you. So on that note, I'm going to leave you all, and I shall see you again in my next video.